But I was getting phone calls as early as 6 o'clock in the morning and as late as 10 o'clock at night about stuff that I couldn't do anything about unless it was open. So I turned off my ringer and I stopped answering the phone.
With stress is like dealing with that uninvited guest who's overstayed their welcome. I mean, we've all got lots on our plates, but sometimes it can feel like you're running on a treadmill uphill that won't stop. But here's the thing, though. Like, managing stress is not about getting rid of it. Sometimes you can't get rid of it. It's about learning to cope within the chaos so that it doesn't consume you.
So the first thing I needed to do was identify what was the trigger. What was it that was pissing me off? And when I was a DM, the thing that was pissing me off was hearing my phone ring constantly. Our business hours were from 8 to 6. I was given a company issued phone. So from 8 to 6, I can answer that phone. But I was getting phone calls as early as 6 o'clock in the morning and as late as 10 o'clock at night about stuff that I couldn't do anything about unless it was open. So I turned off my ringer and I stopped answering the phone if it wasn't business hours. Like at 6 o'clock, so I gave it to 6:30. After 6:30, if you ain't call me, then and that means it can wait until tomorrow morning. And I turned my phone on at 8 o'clock in the morning. I turned the ringer on so that way you couldn't call. I wouldn't hear it unless it was business hours. But that constant ringing the phone, that was driving me crazy.
I used to look at my to-do list and think, damn, thinking that everything had to be done all at once. I would freeze up. But then I started to prioritize. And it wasn't easy learning to prioritize. It took some effort, but I came up with little methods on deciphering what was important versus what was urgent and needed my attention each day.
At the risk of sounding like a infomercial, I thought that meditation was something only monks did until I tried it, right? But just a few minutes a day, literally like 5 to 10 minutes a day, just to center my mind, really helped me understand what I was paying attention to. Here's the thing. I used to think that taking breaks was a luxury I couldn't afford, when in reality, that's part of the work, is taking a break. Even a 5-minute walk around the block or a quick stretch can reboot your brain and lower your stress levels. Like what I'm saying is that you have to take a step back so that you can reboot and spring forward.
So now I know I'm not the shining example of this, but like never underestimate the power of a workout, right? The power of never underestimate the power of a good workout, keeping the body moving. Now, it's not just for the physical exercise, right? But it's about clearing the mind. That's why a lot of people say, a good workout, whether it be a gym session or a walk around the block, is crucial to not only your physical health, but your mental clarity. All right. So, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that managing stress, the shit ain't easy. It's a journey. Ain't no quick fix to this thing. And it took me a lot of trial and error to get to where I am today. You know what I mean? To find the balance and resilience that I do have. It was a lot of trial and error. So, with that being said, I want you to put this into practice. So next week, I want you to think about, find a stress trigger. You have 7 days. Find a stress trigger that triggers you. And then when you find that, I want you to use one of the strategies that I talked about in this video. and just see how it changes things for you. If it does, great. Notate that. If it doesn't, then we'll try something else. But see what changes for you, and just keep in mind that it's about progress, not perfection.